Hello, everybody, and welcome to Non Sequitur News for May 5th, 2025. I am MayorWatt, and I run... No, it's June 5th. What am I talking about? It's June 5th. Mayoral duties throwing me a curveball. Anyway, June 5th, 2025, Season 4, Episode 156. You'd think I'd have the damn clock down. Calendar. Jeez. Anyway, I run ohmTown. My information overload is peaking today. I have to do time machine episodes for the 5th, the 6th, 3 shows on Saturday, 3 shows on Sunday, and then the Monday episode. Since I'm in the time machine, things get a little weird, but let's get into it. We're going to talk about a tiny endangered creature. Town tracks tourists after 2 ticks. Dune Awakening hits 100,000 players before its launch. Neopets comes back. The Bowflex Dumbbell recall. Indiana Jones's whip. Eminem files a lawsuit against Meta. WWDC, what to expect. If you're not in the time machine, you know what already happened. It was today, Monday. But I'm in the time machine, so it's in 4 days. We'll figure it out. 9 cocktails this summer, and Thunderstorm Turbulence causes some issues. Everything is powered by ohmTown.com. Go over and become a citizen, please. There's no ads. There's no noise. All the noise comes from me. I talk about 10 articles a day, usually with the Sentient AI, but the Sentient AI is not available at the moment. Lately, there's been a quantum disentanglement. We use a time machine that uses 2 singularities that are quantum entangled, and sometimes they're not directly in alignment, and so the Sentient AI from the future can't come with me through the portal. Anyway, timey-wimey stuff. Everything's powered by ohmTown. Go over and check it all out. All right, let's get into it. I only have about 30 minutes to do this episode. Then I've got to shut down. We have to disengage the time machine, and then we go back to another day, which is going to be June 6th. All right. Anyway, let's go. Time machine says that this article is over on the Mobile channel. A tiny endangered creature that moves like greased lightning. Go grease lightning, go grease. No? Okay. Well, anyway, it's been found in an unexpected place. The Leadbetter's possum in the Australian state of New South Wales, where they thought that it had already been locally extinct. They say locally extinct. I don't know what that means, because if it's somewhere else and it's not in that particular region, that it isn't really extinct. Locally extinct just means that it got the hell out of there. The article is over at SmithsonianMag.com. Sarah Kuda working hard, put this article together. Trail cameras captured an elusive Leadbetter's possum at the Australian state of New South Wales, where they were thought to be locally extinct. I will not understand that phrase, but anyway, cute little vermin. I don't know. That's not really what it is, but an estimated 4,000 Leadbetter possums live in Victoria, split between highland and lowland populations. Do you think that they run up across each other and they're like, yeah, screw you, lowland population, and the lowland ones are like flinging a scimitar at a wisp? No. Anyway, a moist. Anyway, so you think they get into fights? Went to a couple of events over the weekend, and that's what kept me from doing the stream. So the Sentient AI and I had to go to a couple of events, and because it's mayoral duties, right? And so there were squirrels. These squirrels decided that they just wanted to step in front of my car. Like, it just seemed to be one of those things where I couldn't figure out what the hell they were doing, because they were like dodge left when I tried to get out of their way, and they're like, no, run over me. And anyway, it's unsettling. We not quite sure what was going on there. Anyway, luckily didn't get any squirrels. So one like dodged just in time to avoid me, and I'm like, okay, But anyway, trail camera, and I don't know how to pronounce this. Kosciuszko National Park, located in the state of New South Wales, captured 7 images of a Leadbetter's possum, Gymnobelidus leadbetteri. Sorry, man. Anyway, over the course of about 10 seconds, the photos were a welcome surprise because scientists thought the critically endangered species only lived in Victoria, some 150 miles away. Jumped right at me, said Fred Ford, a senior threatened species officer with the New South Wales government, to the Australian Associated Press. So yeah, ecologists were looking for different endangered species, the smoky mouse, which you can spot because there's always smoke rising from where they are. I mean, they're smoky. It's in the name. When they set up trail cameras throughout the national park, and then in 2024, and then a year passed, they collected the devices and began the process of sifting through millions of photos. That's rough. I mean, a whole year. Well, maybe the more you trample around in the wild, the more chances you're going to scare them off and not find anything. Anyway, they did find photos of the smoky mouse, but from a camera placed near Yarrangobilly caves. They were also shocked to find a tiny possum scampering through leaf litter, holding its distinctive club-shaped tail. Oh my, erect. Wow. Hello. Anyway, look at that. You're looking at a possum butt. Anyway, nicknamed forest fairies, Leadbetter possums are the faunal emblem of, or the faunal. I'm a dumbass. The faunal emblem of Victoria, a designation similar to the state animals of the United States. Why make that? Anyway, so the creatures were thought to have been extinct when they were rediscovered in 1961 near the town of Marysville, per the Australian Associated Press. All right, about 4,000 still exist. Let's keep going. Next article is over on Technology Today. Yeah, okay, it's in the show notes. Let me see if I can do this real quick. I'm gonna throw them into I'm gonna throw the show notes into ohmTown so I can throw them into the chat over on Twitch. And we're doing this live, semi-live, because the reality is this is a time machine episode. I've gone back in time. Okay, so the way that you get the show notes is you hit !NSN, and it's going to spit them out in this really funky way because they're not connected. Anyway, there you go. All 10 of our articles. We're going to go through it. So this next article is over in Technology Today. If you're in this particular California town, it's Walnut Creek, California. For 2 hours, the city is tracking you. Should you be worried? So spend any more than 2 hours in Walnut Creek. Anytime you spend 2 hours in Walnut Creek, California, local business leaders may be tracking you. The city's Chamber of Commerce has paired with a tech company to trial Dystopia Light, apparently, with a tech company to clock visitors as they move in and out of the city. Dear God. That's not dystopian. Stephanie Baum put the article together. Oh, no, wait. Katie Lure, I think, put the article together. Stephanie Baum edited it, and it was reviewed by Andrew Zinnan. It's over at techexplore.com. There's no deck statement. I just think that this is really creepy. The technology from Arrivalist, a travel industry focused company with a platform that uses mobile location data sets to provide Walnut Creek Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Bureau with data on consumer behavior and market trends. The company collects information from cell towers, Wi-Fi routers, and other sources to track the location of mobile devices. It's creepy. Though the platform is being used by cities in southern U.S. and other cities in California, such as Stockton and Sonoma, Walnut Creek appears to be the first city in the greater Bay Area to employ it. There have been other companies like this. One became notorious for sharing its information with the police, basically saying that somebody was in this area, but it wasn't them at times, and all kinds of things. It was really creepy, or not divulging the fact that there was information that explicated somebody from something. It found them. It would have proved their innocence, not their guild. Anyway, in a meeting on Tuesday night, the Business Association reps showed that they had tracked participants of the Bay Area Spring Classic Grade Schools basketball tournament in early May. They received data on how many people came to the tournament, which cities or states they originated from, and how many nights they stayed. Jesus, that is so creepy. There's no app download. They don't get any email. We look at a specific event and get an estimate of how many people went. Yeah, why don't, it's called ticket sales, you know? Or, I don't know, the number of seats that are still empty. I don't know. It's just, I think it's creepy. This is an invasion of privacy, and people go, well, you don't have privacy in public. Yes and no. You know, it's up to society to decide what is private. And at this point, society is disengaged. And those that demand privacy are ushering in an era of not being private. So anyway, and if I watch, I'm not saying anything politically charged in this, but if I try and advertise this, if I try to promote this, this will not go through. But anyway, we'll watch. I'll promote it after the show, and it won't go through. Anyway, it's not hard to establish if someone has this data, the exact patterns of your life, where you shop, where you work, where you worship, where your friends are, who you spend time with, where you spend the night, your travel habits. It's absolutely everything. Of course, different companies like the Walnut Creek Chamber of Commerce are interested in a very small portion of that, which is pretty much benign, but it's still perhaps a little bit creepy, says concerned advocate, privacy advocate Mike Katz-LeCabe, I think, the director of research for Oakland Privacy, a citizen coalition focused on issues of surveillance, transparency, and privacy. On Tuesday, Hankton insisted the data collection is all very innocent. Oh, it's so... It's okay. It's innocent. It's innocent. They would never sell the information to somebody else. They would never correlate everything together to track somebody, you know, like has been reported. That has been happening with pretty much every manner, tier, strata of power and enforcement to exist. Since time immemorial, there have been people that abuse this type of access. But if I can sit there, it's just so creepy. Anyway, they say totally understand people concerned, but we got to make money at it. So screw you all. No. Sorry. No. It's okay. Anyway, let's move on. The next article is over in WarCrafters. Dune Awakening isn't even officially out yet. I think it came out today. I think. Well, I mean, it comes out on Monday. Sorry, this is a Thursday episode. Ha. Anyway, survival MMO Dune Awakening isn't really out yet officially. I started on the 5th. I have a private server, one set up for ohmTown, but it only has 6 slots, and I never even spoke of it until just now. But anyway, Arrakis is getting a ton of new citizens, 100,000 players apparently, but people got a 5-day advance access period. Everyone calls it the Head Start, where players have to purchase $70 Deluxe Edition or $90 Ultimate Edition. Yeah, I paid the $70 for the Deluxe Edition, and let me tell you, I did not get a chance to use it for more than maybe an hour or two. Actually, let me tell you, I will pull it up right now. Oh, I've been able to play it for just under 4 hours. It's okay. Anyway, 100,000 people building bases, riding speeders, clambering up cliffs, dodging sandworms. It says that's a spicy start. That's a spicy start. Especially since there's still the weekend to come. Indeed. The weekend has come and gone. Christopher Livingston over at PCGamer.com put the article together. The deck statement says Arrakis is filling up fast during the advanced access head start period. It was a rocky head start, but they pivoted pretty fast to solve problems. I didn't really have a problem because I was too busy doing other things than being able to play. It kind of sucks. But Yeah, it's a lot of fun doing this, and you can totally solo this. It gets a lot more grindy than you can possibly imagine. But yeah, you can solo it. Anyway, it says, what kind of players Dune will get? Don't know. They say they speculate, almost always guess wrong, they say, which doesn't mean it's all smooth sailing. There have been already a few day one hiccups. Yeah, servers couldn't come online and stuff like that. They had to do other behind the scenes patches and ramp things up. Anyway, review score, which was at a moment for mixed, though not long ago, it was mostly negative, it says. But let me look at the store page. Yeah, it says very positive now. The actual release date is the 10th. Yeah, June 10th. Anyway, I love the game. I love the world building. I just can't get in it to play it. Yeah, I was really, really busy this weekend. So anyway, or on Saturday and Sunday in the future. Okay, this is a time machine episode. Let's keep going, though. The next article is over on the Model channel. How Neopets made the most surprising comeback in online gaming. Rather than chasing trends, the brand is investing in belonging and letting its community guide what comes next. So Neopets has been around forever, it seems. This article is over in Adweek. I probably won't be able to read much of it unless they've unlocked it, because I didn't log in. So launched in 1999, now celebrating 25 years, Neopets is in the middle of a full-scale resurgence. It's signed more than 30 new licensing deals, expanded global merchandising, rolled out fresh product collaborations with nostalgia-driven brands, all while staying true to the lore and oddball charm that's defined its early 2000s appeal. So 25 years old, the iconic childhood staples like Club Penguin, Cartoon Network's online games, and Disney Channel's browser-based experiences have been sunsetted or folded into broader entertainment portfolios, but Neopets is quietly rewriting the rules of brand longevity. Dun, dun, dun. It's tripled its monthly active users to more than 400,000, with daily peaks of 250,000, the highest in over a decade. Neopets. Crap, I'm going to have to pick that up. I never played it, let alone pick it up when I'm my age. Anyway, let's keep going. Set the weights down. Bowflex adjustable dumbbells are being recalled, and here's what to know. Johnson Health Tech Trading has voluntarily recalled over 3.8 million sets of Bowflex 552 and 1090 adjustable dumbbells. There's a replacement unit that can be sent out to you. Ali Lopez over at cnet.com put the article together. The deck statement is what I just got done saying, but it says the gains can wait. If you have a set of Bowflex 552 or 1090s, you'll want to put them down and listen up. Customers have reported the weight plates coming off during use. This is the thing that kind of freaked me out about them, because I wanted to get like a more concise set of dumbbells. Instead of having a whole bunch laying around, I want to be able to dial it in and just pick them up off a rack, and that's it. That's kind of what these things are all about, adjustable dumbbells. So as of June 5th, 2025, Johnson Health Tech Trading has voluntarily recalled 3.8 million units of the 552s and the 1090s. So the 552s are 52.5 pound adjustable dumbbells, and the Bowflex 1090s are 90 pound adjustable dumbbells. 3.7 of these were sold by Bowflex Incorporated, formerly Nautilus. Anyway, they've got more information, but essentially weight plates can dislodge from the handle during use, posing an impact hazard. If you're doing something above your head and the weights fall off, you're going to get one on the bean. You don't want that. So in response to the reports, Johnson Health has developed safer versions of the 552 and 1090 dumbbells designed to comply with stricter safety standards, like the safety standard that says your shit can't fall apart while it's above my head. Yeah. Let's keep moving. The next article is over in the Wanted channel. Indiana Jones's whip belongs in a museum unless you've got $500,000 to spare. Do you? Do I? I don't. Anyway, the iconic bullwhip holster, and belt set from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade are going up for auction. Cheryl Eddy over at Gizmodo.com put the article together. The idol for the whip indie. Prop Store has the drool-worthy treasure as the featured item in an entertainment-focused auction coming up in September. The whip uncoiled is 8 feet long and was made by David Morgan, who the auction house identifies in a press release as the Master Whip Maker. The Master Whip Maker, who supplied all of the original whips for the classic Indiana Jones trilogy. There you go. Thing is undeniably badass, is what the author says, and is estimated to command an eye-watering $250,000 to $500,000. It may belong in a museum, but imagine just casually having it in your home. Yeah, there's nothing casual about a $500,000 whip, or even a $250,000 or a $1,000 whip. All of that, crazy amounts of money. So if the price tag on the whip is too rich for you, the more attainable Holy Grail Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade on the big screen is also something you to look forward to. Fathom Entertainment is bringing it back for Father's Day with screenings planned for June 14th and 15th and 18th. Find out theater and ticket details. No. Let's keep going. Next article is over in the Mobile Channel. Eminem files lawsuit against Mark Zuckerberg's Meta. So Eminem filed a lawsuit against Meta, which is owned by Mark Zuckerberg, over allegations that the tech company did not get permission to use his music across many of its platforms. Marshall Mathers, Eminem, get it? Marshall Mathers, alliteration, Eminem, not the candy-coated chocolate. Anyway, is reported seeking $150,000 per song, which could potentially result in damages totaling more than $1 million, which, okay, Mark will just pay that. So Eminem has accused Meta of using his music across its various platforms without acquiring the proper licensing. Stephen Andrew Gallagher put the article together. And Meta reportedly did seek licensing through Audia, a digital royalty collection and payment engine, but Eminem's publisher, 8 Mile Style, states that it never granted these requests. As such, Meta is now accused of rampant and knowing infringement on 8 Mile compositions. The lawsuit claims that, I think Meta, not Meat, but Meta, encouraged billions of users of its online services to do so, all willfully and without a license. It later added, thus, as Meta knows, it does not enjoy and is not eligible for the DMCA safe harbor provisions. So they're piercing this veil of that safe harbor, or I guess sinking the ship in it. Notably, Meta has since removed some tracks following complaints, including Eminem's hit 2002 song Lose Yourself from the 8 Mile soundtrack. However, the suit claims that across its platforms, the company continues to host unauthorized cover and instrumental versions of Eminem songs. Let's keep going. The next article is over in Late Night Geeks, WWDC 2025, what to expect from this year's conference. The article is by Lauren Forrestal and Sarah Perez over at TechCrunch.com. iOS, the big thing out of iOS, or out of Apple, is that all of the versioning of the operating systems are going to change to 26. A lot of people were thinking that it's just going to be this or just going to be that, but they're bumping it to 26. So instead of it being iOS 7 or 8 or whatever, and some people saying 19 or whatever, it's actually getting pushed to 26. So each major release each year is going to be the version of the year, I think, from now on, and little intermittent updates or what do you call them? Smaller updates are just going to be versionings of 26 at 26 dot whatever. So when Apple introduced a major overhaul back in 2013 with the launch of iOS 7, felt like a jarring thing, but they're going to be releasing some other stuff. I don't know if people are going to like it. To me, this seems like it's going back to the 90s, early 2000s, like the Aqua interface. Hold on, let me make sure. Doggone it. Yeah, 2000. Yeah, it just feels like we're going back to Aqua. But anyway, AI is going to be talked about, sure. Apple Arcade, supposedly. They say AirPods is going to get a new feature. There's going to be a bunch of stuff. Apple Pencil upgrade. I don't know about the Apple Pencil upgrade. I don't think there's going to be one. I don't really see that. Hold on, let me see real quick. Other than I think that the price is going to drop for the Apple. Yeah, the Apple Pencil, I think, is not going to be. There was supposedly a reduction in the Apple Pencil 2nd generation, but I don't think that manifested either. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna keep looking, just to see. Why did it do that? Okay, well, I can't get into it now. Anyway, so I don't think there's going to be any hardware announcements. I suspect that they're going to do kind of a stealth drop of iPad mini, which is something that I'm actually looking forward to. I want a device that is portable, that I can still sketch on, that isn't Android. Like I can use this. This is an Android phone, and it has a stylus built into it. So I can just scribble and it opens up straight to that little drawing app on my Android phone. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's wonderful, but it's in a separate walled garden that isn't Apple. They're talking about spatial controllers for the Apple Vision Pro and other things, but I don't think that's going to be discussed. I didn't get to have a time machine, so I've already seen this. But I don't remember seeing anything about spatial controllers. Anyway, let's keep on going. The next article is over in Non Sequitur News. 9 cocktails that will be everywhere this summer, according to bartenders and mixologists. So I'm going to go straight on over to Business Insider. Alyssa Towns Swankowski put this article together. They say that they asked bartenders and mixologists which cocktails they expect to be popular this summer. Passion fruit cocktails will have a moment this season. Classics such as dirty martinis and mojitos are here to stay. Mojitos are pretty refreshing. So to prepare for the season, Business Insider asked bartenders about drinks, and they said clarified cocktails will most likely be everywhere. A clarified cocktail is made by combining a mixed beverage with milk, allowing the milk to curdle, and then straining out the solids to achieve a transparent appearance. Travis Sheraton, a mixologist at the San Antonio Marriott River Center, expects the cocktails to become bar favorites. I guess it's like a sour. I don't know what they actually get out of that. Clarified cocktails are perfect for that, because I've never had something that's done that. Not intentionally. Clarified cocktails are perfect for the summer because they're smooth and easy to drink, especially when served over a large ice cube, which keeps it cold without watering it down too quickly. Yeah, I don't know what that actually... No. I mean, yes, that's true, but come on now. What I've been finding is this, like, stuff floating around, like stuff that you can eat, not just the twist, that little rind kind of a thing, but stuff that you can take out and eat. And like there's a whole design aesthetic here. I'm like, you know what? I just want to drink. I don't want something smashing into my nose. Anyway, spritzes will continue to be a summertime favorite. Yeah, I agree. Aperol Spritz was opening the door for a broader spritz renaissance. Delicate botanical balance of elderflower liqueur, prosecco, seltzer, and mint. That seltzer part. Yeah, so hold on a second. You can get your own, you can basically just get a little, whatchamacallit, carbonation gadget so that you can just fill up bottles. Get them really, really cold and then do it. Don't do hot water when you're trying to inject CO2 into the water. It doesn't work that way. It off gases really fast. But you can just get it really cold and then put it in the CO2 machine and then crank it down, and it'll absorb a whole bunch of CO2. Orange Crush will probably be popular, it says. Orange Crush typically contains fresh orange juice, orange liqueur, lemon lime soda, and vodka. But they say Orange Crush made with tequila this summer is going to come out. Dirty martinis are there to stay. Let's see. They say they're exploring new dimensions with herb-infused oils, umami-forward ingredients like MSG or mushrooms, and elevated garnishes like Castelvetrano or grilled Middle Eastern olives. Okay. Paper Airplane is ideal for warm weather. It's a cocktail made of equal parts bourbon, Aperol, Amaro, lemon juice. Be popular this summer. The Paper Plane strikes the perfect balance between bitter, sweet, and citrus. Wonder if I can switch that out for rum. I might have to find that out tomorrow. So experts think that the Michelada will soar in popularity. The Michelada, a classic mix of beer, lime, sauces, and spices. I guess it's like a Bloody Mary, but with beer. A lighter, flavorful option. Anyway, pros expect prickly pear mezcal margaritas to be popular. Prickly pear mezcal margarita blends the earthy smokiness of mezcal with the subtle, sweet, melon-like notes of prickly pear. And then the mojito. So, yeah, pretty cool. I like a good mixed drink. And finally, our last article for the June 5th episode. Sorry, I was looking at something. Non Sequitur. I get distracted by motes of dust sometimes, so glad you're hanging out with me. Anyway, a thunderstorm caused turbulence so bad that it injured 8 people, and passengers were put on a bus to their final destination. That sounds so terminal. Oh my gosh. Anyway, 8 people were injured in a Ryanair flight encountered severe turbulence and was diverted. The thunderstorm saw the roofs ripped off of houses in a nearby town, local media reported, and Ryanair passengers traveled the remaining 230 miles to Milan by bus. Bummer. Yeah, so Pete Sim over at BusinessInsider.com put the article together. Data from Flight Radar 24 shows that just under an hour later, near Munich, it started to divert from the usual route after encountering turbulence. Local police said that the weather conditions prevented the Boeing 737 from landing in Munich, so it had to be moved on to the smaller Bavarian town of Memmingen, or Memmingen. And yeah, so a German news agency DPA reported that strong winds tore the roofs off some houses in the area. It was carrying 179 passengers, and 6 crew members landed safely at 8:44 p.m. In a statement, a woman complained of back pain. Another person, head laceration. 2-year-old daughter, toddler, suffered bruises. Everybody was checked out by medical and then sent on their way via a bus. 230 miles, takes around 4.5 hours. Yikes, as they say in German. Anyway, we are going to turbulent our way back to the front page of ohmTown.com. Go and check it out, please. I think that you'll enjoy your time there. All kinds of articles get aggregated into 6 main categories and 50 subcategories or channels that we refer to them as, many of which have been turned, 7 of which have been turned into shows here on ohmTown. You can download them via the podcasts. There are 6 weekly podcasts, 1 daily. Unfortunately, I'm running really late, so I'm trying to play catch up today and tomorrow, and I'll get everything all lined up. But anyway, that's it for me. I am out of here, and the time machine is going to reset, and we're going to do another show right after this. Just got to shut it down and reset. See ya. Bye-bye.